next question for Miss Eliani. Let's see. So, what are some tips to make a resume stands out in a competitive job market?
Okay, I gave you two scenarios. And the first one I gave you from my perspective. And then you can see what are the similarities. Okay, we can know that there are thousands of engineering graduates every year. So I believe from UTM also there's hundreds of engineering graduates. So the one that makes you stand out is actually very simple. First is your experience in volunteering work, the events that you have held before. Like I see from this UTMIT also have a lot of committees. So all of you can put down your experience. Hmm. Hold on.
Okay, I think the next question is pretty concerning because most of us might get worried.
Mhm.
If I already submit my resume 3 weeks before and didn't get any response, is it considered I am not in list for the job?
Okay, I understand. I think to answer your question, um, just now you said for 3 weeks, is it?
Yes, 3 weeks.
Okay. First, you need to know whether the company is a startup company or MNCs or GLCs. The difference is that maybe MNCs and GLCs will have a better hiring team. So they will take a shorter time. But 3 weeks is very, uh, I can say it's a very good time where you can give the hiring manager. If more than a month, you need to call again the hiring manager, or maybe you don't have a direct number, right? So you can email. Do not spam the email because I have had the candidates before that spam the WhatsApp because he wanted to know the updates, which is not uh in my hand actually to really hire him or not. And then it can be really such a turn off. But if you let the process be out in 3 weeks and you have no calls, you can always call the recruiters. But I think it's a good, fair enough amount of time you can let them do their work. But if for startups, they will actually depends take longer or shorter time because sometimes they are really urgent to have interns or so they will call you much faster, but you should get back to the hiring team within 1 month.
Okay, I hope that clarifies the curiosity. And for the last question, for the first module, how should students address limited experience or lack of internship in their resumes?
Okay, I understand.
Mhm.
Actually, students looking for internships or maybe for fresh grad looking for their first job, it's not very, I can say, the recruiters will be so rigid because we all know that you have little to less experience. So it's very fine because I know there's a lot of students that have no part-time experience, but this is a time where you can shine through your event management or volunteering works, or maybe you don't even have that. Maybe you're someone that is so introvert that you don't manage any event. So you need to help yourself, which you participate in events. You don't need to be the one that helped the event. You don't need to be the one that be the event organizer. So you just said that you joined this in seminar, you joined that. So you can put it into your resume too. Because nowadays we have so many opportunities because it's so easy to join things online. Or maybe you don't want a direct event. You can also search out for online courses. You need to have something to improve your value.
Okay, with the last questions, I think it the ends of our first module.
Mhm.
So thank you very much for Miss Putri Eliani Fikri. And before we continue to the next module, let's take a photo with Miss Eliani. So all participants can turn on your camera to join the photography session. And we hope for your very cooperation. Thank you.
Actually, for any one of you that maybe need more insights or maybe you have more questions, you can always contact me on LinkedIn. And the spelling is the same as my profile name. Or maybe you can search Carrier 8 on Twitter or now known as X. So I am happy to help to give any advice that you guys needed.
Okay, thank you, Miss Eliani, for the recommendations, for your contacts, for us to ease our process in creating resumes or getting insights from you, maybe some help from you. And so that's the end of our first module with Miss Putri Eliani Fikri. Thank you again from our behalf of committee.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
So you will be starting with second session, yeah, right?
Yes, we will start shortly after this.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. And if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. I will leave first and hope you enjoy the next session.
Thank you very much, Miss Eliani. The participants, viewers, ladies and gentlemen, now I, on behalf of University Technology Malaysia, would like to welcome all of you for Insights from Experience sharing by seniors this morning, which is the second module. So, to begin the second module today, we would like to call upon Mr. Muhammad Iqbal bin Ros Azhar to share his journey during his company career. Please welcome.
Thank you so much, Solihin, for the warm welcome. Before I start, I think I would like to check with all of you. Is my voice clear to all of you?
It's clear.
All right.
Mr. Iqbal. Okay.
So I think I will get straight to my sharing session. So should I share my screen right now?
Okay, sure, Mr. Iqbal.
All right, sure. Let me share my screen. Okay. Can you guys see it on your screen right now?
Yes, about the internship insight, right?
All right, yeah, okay.
Okay.
First of all, a very good morning. I think it's already 11 a.m. And thank you so much to Solihin as the MC and also for the committee of the Industrial Festival ISWFest 2025 for inviting me as well as my other colleagues that will be also sharing their insight on their internship experience with this. So actually, it's good to be back within the IT. Actually, in the previous session, I have been doing the same things like you guys did. So it's very good to see how you guys also managed to help the same events. So it is very good. Also exposure to the students, especially for those who are going for the internship later. So
I'm sorry for interrupting you, Mr. Iqbal, but can you like get rid of the boxes at the side of the slides?
oh, okay, this one. This one?
Yes. Okay.
All
Better.
right. All right. Sorry for
And at the above, can you do the same?
Um, wait. You mean this one? How do I?
Yeah.
Hide.
I think there's three dots and you just click that and hide non-video participants.
Video participants. I think it's not here in my cursor. We have hide names of annotators. Is that one?
I think that's not the one. For the I mean for the box at the above. Yeah, there's three dots at
Okay.
the right top corner. At the right top corner.
Yep. Yeah. The three dots are more right.
Oh, so there's no option for hide non-video participants.
Yep, there is no option for that. It's only names of annotators, video panel, and also floating meeting controls.
Apa? Or you can drag it down.
Oh, okay, wait up. Like this.
Okay.
Okay, this one will be perfect for you guys.
Yes, Mr. Iqbal. So you can proceed.
All right, thank you so much. Sorry for the technical. So today I would like to introduce a little bit again about myself. So my name is Muhammad Iqbal Ros Azhar, and today I will try to explain to you guys about the internship insights and also sharing sessions that I have been experienced for the previous session of my internship in July to October. So it's about 3 months of internship periods during my time at Elsa Energy, which is one of the oil and gas services company in Kuala Lumpur, which is also I have the experience experience to work in Kemaman, Terengganu as well, as you can see in the picture on the left side of my screen right now. So during my internship in Elsa Energy, I have been attached to one of the core departments of the operation wise of the company, which is the wells and drilling intervention under the upstream business of the Elsa Energy KL. So without further ado, I would like to bring you guys to the next slide. So within this 20 minutes, I think I have more or less than 20 minutes to talk. So it's okay. I will try to make it simple and concise because we have more speakers that will be sharing their experience as well. So the first one I will try to cover about what is the glance of the oil and gas hierarchy, because I think before I'm going more further into what are the details of my internship experience, I will try to explain about what is actually the oil and gas hierarchy that is happening within the Malaysian business. And then we are moving to the first checkpoint, which is what are the wells intervention and drilling services do, and what is actually I have been involved during my internship. And the third one is the what are actually you will do, which is the expectation and reality that you will be having in your minds before you are going to internship, when you are doing your internship, and after you're doing your internship. And the fourth one, we are going to the second checkpoint, which is the project involvement, which is the task that basically I did during my internship period. And the last one is the training and also networking, which is, I believe, in every internship experience, it is very important and vital for all of the students that has been going to the internship needs to equip with other people as well. So just a simple company overview from my side, which is I believe that it's not nice if I'm not explaining what is actually the company itself. So Elsa Energy is one of the Petronas recognized licensed companies. So we have been regulated by the Petronas itself, our national oil company, and also the OGSE vendor services, which this company is actually providing integrated energy services and digital solutions. We have a proven track record, which is we handle multiple high-risk projects from major clients with also strong partnerships. So basically during my internship, I have been tasked by my supervisor, by my engineers in charge, to actually assist them to handle multiple roles in terms of projects, in terms of project management, in terms of operation, training, and so on, for all the clients that have been entrusted us with their major projects. And we have a few core business, but the one that I will try to emphasize today is focused on the upstream E&P. So E&P is actually exploration and production, which is main focus on the upstream oil and gas operation. And we have the solid experience in different fields, like what I have put here. My department, wells and drilling services. We also have the production enhancement. We have the subsurface and geoscience, robotics, UAV, and also the engineering solutions. So that is some of the upstream main core departments that we will go through later after this. So that's a bit about the Elsa Energy overview. So like I mentioned just now before, I'm going more further about what is actually getting into during my internship. I will try to explain about the oil and gas hierarchy. So actually this is a bit about my journey back then, because I was like confused a little bit before I start, because all the things that I want to know during my internship is I would just want to join the oil and gas company, but I didn't know what are the company that I suitable in and also have the most interest in. So basically, when we're talking about the oil and gas hierarchy, especially in the business, in the Malaysian business, we have three stream difference, which is the first one is the upstream, the second one is the midstream, and the third one is the downstream. And during my internship in Elsa Energy, my company, just like I've mentioned before in the previous slide, it more focused on the E&P, which is the exploration and production, which is we are more focusing on the upstream business. So the upstream is actually involved the exploration and production of the oil and gas. So basically, we are the first one go to the open sea. We try to make a seismic imaging and so on to actually see what is the potential of the oil well, ataupun kita boleh panggil sebagai telaga minyak yang ada dekat bawah laut tu. So basically this mainstream is actually we locate the reserve of the oil well to make it as a drilling wells and also extracting the raw hydrocarbons. So as you can see, the all the offshore things and so on. So it happens here in the upstream business. So what about the midstream? Midstream is actually we focus more on the transportation and the storage, which includes the pipeline, the tanker, terminal that move the oil and gas product from the production site, which is from our upstream division in the middle of the sea to the refinery, as we can see in the Pengerang, in Sungai Melaka, in Sungai Udang Melaka, and also in many more refinery plants that we have in Malaysia. And the third one is, of course, the downstream, which is the refining and process. So basically from the raw hydrocarbons, we process it into the usable products such as petrol, diesel, plastics, and so on, which you have been using this every day. And you can see this downstream process is actually been imposed in every of the Petronas plants or maybe any of the oil and gas refineries plants in Asia. So for my first advice in actually when you wanted to actually join the oil and gas industry on your internship placement, it's very good for you to have a slight information about what kind of stream that you want to join, whether it's upstream, midstream, or downstream, because these three parts is actually have a different and major significant role. So just choose which one you think is the best for you and try to learn the most out of it. So that's it from the oil and gas hierarchy. So now we are moving to the well intervention and drilling. So basically during Elsa Energy, I have been utilizing and heard these words, I think thousands of times. Every day we always listen to listen to our boss, and even my supervisor always ask me a very spontaneous question: what is well bore surveying? What is drilling and well intervention? What is actually you do for the technical requirement for the gyro well drilling? So basically this is some of the services. We call it as the well intervention and drilling, which is the pinnacle process, the implementation that we are going to use when we are having the platform, the offshore platform. So well intervention and drilling is one of the techniques that requires some expertise in order for us to actually extracting the hydrocarbon under beneath the sea. So we want to do a drilling and so on. So this is some of the services that actually I have been involved in, which is the first one is gyro well drilling, the MWD, the ESP placement, which is quite related to the mechanical engineering student, which is ESP is actually the electrical submersible pump, which is usually used for the gas lift operation under the seabed. So the next one is, of course, my favorite one, which is the drilling and well intervention. So we have drilling consultancy, we have the plug and embedment, and also the tubing technologies. So basically, I have experience consulting with our clients, which is I think one of the major oil and gas company in Malaysia as well, for the drilling consultation. So actually, it's a very technical wise. So it's very enhancing my understanding on what is actually the process when you are wanted to start drilling the oil well under the sea. So that is some of it. Maybe we can go through it later, but I will try to the next slides. So what will you do? The expectation versus reality. So of course, before you are going to internship, you apply for the internship, you receive your placement, and then you will be starting. So what is the actual expectation? This is actually the things that also I have in mind, and it's actually the things that I have been doing from the beginning of my internship. So when I start my internship, I come into the company. From the first day I sit within my team to set some expectation and so on. My expectation is always I want to involve in many projects that the company offered and get compliment on every task that I do. And also I want to show my ability that I am the best out there And whenever there are sudden pop-up question from my boss, is actually I can able to understand, because before I'm joining, I did a little bit study, so I believe that knowledge is enough for me to survive during my internship. But the reality is not so happy just like that, because I've been doing mistakes. Of course, it's the first time. So, but it's not a wrong about that. And being a lone wolf also, I've been experienced it during my previous internship in the beginning stage. But you need to have the patience and learn and tell yourself to learn and relearn, because during the internship is the place for you to make mistakes. Not a simple mistakes, but actually it's the place for you to actually gain some knowledge by doing the things that you don't know. Because during after you work later, you dah tak boleh nak, orang kata, if you salah, you tak boleh you tak boleh question your manager scolding you. But during the internship, it's a place for you to make mistakes. And the second one is, I realized the knowledge that I had within this industry was just a simple notes compared to its whole novel. So actually, the industry of the oil and gas, especially in upstream, is very huge. So during your internship, if you have the opportunity to do your internship, not just in oil and gas industry, but in any kind of industry, just keep asking, just keep asking for tasks, asking for any information that you don't know. Don't just simply sit on the table, being a lone wolf. And that will never help you guys. So this is some during my internship experience. So this is a little slight bit of the office, and as you can see in the top picture is actually one of our and has been operated. You are doing the operation, I think, with one of our client, PCSB, which is the Petroleum Galley before that. And the second one, and the top two and bottom, is actually a meeting that we had for and also project management
Recording in progress.
work tasks, which actually it is more focused on some of this. I'm not going to mention one of it, but this is actually one of the things that some of the things that I have been done during my internship experience, which is actually this kind of project management. You will not just learn during your internship, but it's actually during your studies, during our studies. We have projects, we have final year projects, we have FYP and so on. Actually, that is a part of the project management process, but that's just a bit of it. When you are going to the industry itself, later you will be exposing to clients. So clients is giving you projects. So the way you handle their projects, these are the things and these are the cycles that actually will be training you on how to handle the project. As a project engineer, as a project technical engineer, this is some of the things that will be covered. So let's move to the next slides. So other than the one that I've mentioned just now, I also have a few visits. I think 2 or 3 visits to Kemaman Supply Biz, which is visiting our warehouse. The first one is for the drilling consultancy with one of our clients. The second one also for the drilling consultancy for our clients, and the third one is for the inspection audit. So as you can see, this is my team. Low-key missing them a lot, but actually during my technical visit to the KSB, it's actually an eye-opening view, because this is the first time as an engineering students who are actually just sitting on the office in the beginning and the middle of the internship. Once you go out to the base, to the warehouse, you see all the technical stuff, all the engineers have been doing all the technical requirement for the drilling process before they are going to load it onto the boats and go to the offshore. Actually, you have broadened your perspective on what is actually the oil and gas industry itself. It's not just simply about just going to the offshore, but it's more to the preparation. In oil and gas industry, it's the most important thing is the safety and also the awareness. So during my time in KSB, we have a very tight deadline and secured process in actually providing the technical expertise for our tools. So actually, so as you can see, the right one, the one that is the right one, the scientific drilling is actually one of our drilling intervention equipment. We need to actually torque it. For those who are coming from engineering, you must know the word torque. So actually, the torque is actually we are trying to make it more. The drilling equipment need to be very compact and also can withstand the load that will be invented towards the equipment when they are start to drilling the sea level, the seabed level lah. So actually there are some of the things that I felt that it was a new one for me. So it's very good actually to have a mix of the technical work and also the office work. Not office work, but we call it the technical skills and also the soft skills, because these two things are actually is very important for you to equip yourself to be a great workers, especially for those in the engineering field. Other than that, Elsa Energy, they have the structured internship program within the company, which is all of their interns are actually highly encouraged to do and propose their own technical training for all the upstream team members. So basically, we have about 40 to 50 staff of the upstream team members. So I have been given the opportunity by my supervisor during that time. He said, "Iqbal, why not you try to study a little bit and propose one topics for all the upstream members to learn from you." So this is actually during my presentation. After my presentation, those happy faces is actually because I'm able to answer all the question lah, because the question is not something that I can expect it, but due to your study, if you do your study, then you will definitely can answer it. So basically, this is a technical training that I've been done, which is for the mechanical engineer students, we often familiar with the pump system. So this is actually the pump system for superior oil gas production efficiency. So actually I integrate and explain the importance of the ESP. Most of the pumps that we don't really heard during our studies, but this is actually the one that I've been using in the industry, especially on the oil and gas, and acknowledge the pump maintenance challenge and also explain some of the technical stuff, such as the curve of the pump, which is, as you already know, again, for the mechanical engineering students, we learn the curve of the TDH, which is the total dynamic head, during fluid mechanics. So actually we need to identify what is the flow, the pump curve, and also what is actually the TDH or total dynamic head that will be imposed to the pump system during the operation wise.
Sorry to interrupt for you, Mr. Iqbal, but can I ask something? Do you have any, how many slides you have left? Because actually you have just
I think
the limit.
This is my last slides.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry for interrupting.
So I'm sorry because I think I have 20 minutes, but I've talked more than that. So this is my last slide. Don't worry about it. So the last one is of course the training and networking. So just like I mentioned just now, you have to network during the internship. So what I did is actually I have been attending some of the oil and gas related training, such as the SPE one, the WEIM, which I have also met some of the professional and also some of the colleagues during internship as well, and also some of my classmates in UTM as well. So I think it's very good for all the students to have this kind of exposure during the internship. So yeah, I think you are next after this. So I pass back to you, Solihin, for the session. Thank you so much, you guys, and sorry for exceeding the time.
All right, thank you for sharing your journey with it, Mr. Iqbal. So we believe we can see that being in a company or industry is not just about doing the work given and being the lone wolf, but try to learn and explore and be the man in many hats. Next, we would like to call upon Mr. Muhammad Nabil bin Saiful Azrin to share his experience. Please welcome for Mr. Nabil.
Hi, alright. Hi, everyone. So, let me start by presenting my script first. Alright, can you see my screen now?
Yes, clearly.
Alright, so, okay. Let me start. So, hi, everyone. Thank you for basically inviting me to this internship insights to talk about, my internship experience for last year. So basically, I will start by telling you guys about my internship experience here in Texas Instruments. So, alright. So to start, let me just give an overview of what the company is. So basically, the company is a multinational company, MNC in short. It is founded in the US, and it is basically a semiconductor company, and it produces analog chips, embedded processors, and ERP. And it is venturing into many industries as well to provide chips for, in a way, automotives, since now EV is in a high or in a boom state. And there is many sites in the world. But in Texas Instruments, Malaysia, what we are more focused on is actually on the ANT side, or the assembly and testing side. So there are two locations here in Malaysia. So they are in Kuala Lumpur and as well as Melaka. And yeah, there will be focus on the assembly and test for the chips that we are producing to provide or to export to the companies or to our customers. So before I give an insight more in what I did in Texas Instruments Malaysia, so let me give an overall view of the processes in TIM. So the overall process is that we receive wafer fab from other Texas Instruments sites, for example in the US. So from Dallas, so what we were given is the wafer fabs, and then it will go through our assembly processes and then to our test processes. But since I'm in the assembly department, so the assembly processes are divided into multiple process. So it starts from the die prep, and then it will go to the die bond, wire bond, to the mold cure, STF in short for symbol, trim, and form. And then it will go to lastly for package source simulation, and then it will then pass on to the testing department or testing site. So yeah, so my responsibilities for this internship. So for context, I have been positioned as the process engineer intern for the end of line department. So for context, the uh, assembly department is divided by two departments, which is front of line and then the end of line. So I'm at the back end of the manufacturing process, and I am in the basically the downstream, which is the last one process, which is the packet source simulation. So one of my responsibilities is on the machine operation side and the process monitoring, which I firstly need to ensure that since we are having a lot of different unit package, and we are producing different unit package every day, daily. So what I need to ensure is to firstly ensure that the machine is having a correct machine recipe lah, to produce these chips. And then of course there is a alignment process or vision setups, which is definitely important in the manufacturing industry now, since it ensures the product that you are producing is at basically not an outlier or not a reject basis. And then of course, the validating machine processes, there should be an optimal operation. But to bear in mind, this machine operation and process monitoring, you are not doing it on your own. So you're doing it in a team. So we have equipment engineers, process engineers, and as well as technicians to help you guys do all this work. But as a process engineer, the main thing is that for you to basically set up the machine to produce the chips. So next thing is that in a manufacturing company, what is important is actually the cycle time, or on ways of how we do or how we reduce the down cycle or the downtime of each machine. Since less downtime and higher cycle time, it will translate to a better, higher throughput or throughput for our products. So in a way, what we need to do is we need to optimize the process so that we get a better output every day. So in a way, what we need to analyze is on the why in a day there suddenly have a spike on rejects, or in a way for this case is a offset cut chance. Since for this machine that I am operating, we are cutting the chips using a mechanical saw. So therefore, there will be higher chances of having rejects. So process optimization is important so that it improves process stability and as well as increase our cycle time and reduce our downtime, and of course getting higher throughput. So the third thing is that as a process engineer, what is important is our data of how each machine is producing how many outputs in a day. Since every day we need to basically report of each machine on how many basically output that we are producing. So yeah, so if the data is coming from the machine, it is usually having a raw machine data lah. So what important that I learned new is that we need to integrate data analytics into our work lah, so that we can smoothing it out and report to our managers. But as well as in meetings, we need to report to the directors as well. And of course, we need to report as well to the quality team, since if let's say there is an issue on the machine, then we need to find the root cause based on the data that we have, and we need to answer to the director if there is a, let's say, a reduce in production based on the data that we have lah. So it is a good thing as well for our backup if in meetings we are being called upon lah. And then the fourth thing is that it is important for you to do networking, or you need to be comfortable talking with people, since we are not just working with engineers, we are also working with technicians which will repair the machines, but as well as the product operators, POs, which will definitely be there all the time, since the manufacturing will be run 24/7, so it will not end up. And seamless communication is important, since if there is a mess up in the communication, it will then affect the production side, which is not good, since it is actually the field is quite fast paced. And yeah, so you need to basically cater to the deadlines that have been given by the managers and directors. So another thing that Texas Instruments offers me is that not just me doing everyday to work, day-to-day work, I need to also do certain internship projects that can impact the production line. For as of me, since I'm a process engineer, I basically attend to production line problems. So I need to basically reduce the downtime and so on, or improve our day-to-day work lah. So to give context, one of the internship projects that I've done is actually to automate or to do an analysis on the high rejects daily. So since each machine will have different root cause to the problems, but to cater to that high-paced environment, what I am been done is to basically automate everything, and for us to do the analysis automatically. So that's where my project is being used lah, on the day-to-day project. So it has been improving our yield analysis, efficiency, and accuracy. And that's why, since I said that data analytics is important, I also need to say that there is different aspects in the context which I need to say that we need to also learn about different things such as Python or programming lah, in a way. And to give a bit more, is that the impact to this project is that I have reduced the analysis time and then improved the reject spikes, and also recognized as the first autonomous system in packet store simulation across global assembly and test site, which now they are integrating to different sites such as Mexico, Taiwan as well, and Malacca as well. Okay, but this is one of my main projects. But if you, uh, let's say you are basically have an opportunity to be in internship in Texas Instrument, don't be afraid to ask for other projects. You need to communicate well, since those projects will definitely teach you new things and develop your interpersonal skills as well. So what I learned is that during this internship, the most important thing is that you need to have a good understanding of what field or what process you are in. Since we are handling assembly process, there are different process in that manufacturing process. So you need to basically really get to understand the process that you are in. Since only then you will know what cause or the root cause, and you will get attuned to the daily work lah. And then the next thing is that the machine setup and troubleshooting is definitely important, since this is your main work. It's basically a routine work, but this is your main responsibility to the company, to ensure that you get the higher output, reduce rejects, and higher yield. Therefore, different defects are reduced defects. The technical skills wise is software and programming. I've learned before I entered the internship. What I learned before this was basically basic C and C++. But here I learn more on Python. Python is much more flexible, and it can be used in many ways. Spotfire is just data analytics software that you use. There are many more in the industry, but the basic concept of it is still the same. It's for you to use to represent data, to analyze data, and to collect data and translate the data in a more simple way for us to tell to the management on what is going to. I also learned about SQL. Which is used to automate the data transferring. And of course, task scheduler is just a simple Windows mechanism. And then for different type of fields, so in a way, you need to communicate well with others and don't judge people. That's the most important thing. Since if let's say you think that you are an engineer and you are better than the technicians and the operator there, then to me that's definitely a no, because they are more experienced than you, and they are actually there at the production line much longer than us in a daily basis. Second thing that I learned is that what the importance of project ownership and time management. Since it is a manufacturing company and is a fast-paced company, so output is important. So time management is as well important for us. And third is problem solving and critical thinking skills. Since uh, in a day-to-day basis, even though it is somewhat like a routine work, the problems that arises in each machine is different, definitely every time. And of course, we need to work around it lah. And finally, on my career insight and growth, definitely is that I get a view of the challenges in the semiconductor company, and of course, I need to, of course, take initiative of contributing to other impactful projects. The projects that I talk about is just my main project, but I also did other projects as well. And of course, mistakes is not an issue for us to actually do. What important is that we learn from it. Definitely. They are not expecting you to become someone that is perfect in any way or form, but accepting that you are making mistakes is definitely important, and learn from your mistake is definitely something that uh, not just an intern should do, but as an engineer should do. Since experience is what makes you more mature lah in the industry. And I think that's all for my presentation. And thank you.
So thank you for Mr. Muhammad Nabil bin Saiful Azrin for his sharing, each from a different industry from Mr. Muhammad Iqbal. So without further ado, we proceed to the last speakers, and we would like to call upon Mr. Muhammad Najmi Zulhusni bin Muhammad Safwan to share his journey. So please welcome.
Hello, can you hear my voice?
Yes, Mr. Najmi.
Okay, so let me introduce myself first. So my name is Muhammad Najib Zulsni with Muhammad Safwan. So I'm a final year student of Bachelor of Computer Science in Graphic and Multimedia Software. So I have experience intern in SLB as customer service efficiency for the 6 months in the last semester. So without further ado, so let me introduce who is SLB, known as Lumberjee. So SLB is a global tech company that have a pro digital solution and also drilling technology and the server evolution and more across the energy life cycle. So actually, it's similar to Elsa Energy, just the SLB is one of the largest company for the service. So SLB is very different to business core with Petronas, Aramco, because SLB is a company that provide the service. So for example, like Petronas, they want to have a new offshore. So instead of doing all the drilling, the technical stuff and data, so they hire SLB. So that's the business of SLB. That how they are doing their business. So actually in Malaysia we have like four. One of it is ACRE, the Samajay Asia Center for Reliability and Efficiency. So I think most of the mechanical student just go to SCRE for their intern. And for the computer science students, we have a first avenue at Taling Jaya. So it's more in the SLB hub supports for Asia. And also we have the Labuan for SLB for the oil rig. So, first thing, so how I got the internship as SLB. So, firstly, I apply on the LinkedIn or SLB career websites. So, actually, we have like an opening like 2 months earlier that I applied. Then, secondly, I will receive a call from HR. So maybe HR just want to know what is your job that you want, and also just get to know you. And third, if you pass the call from the HR, you will get the interview invitation with the hiring manager via Microsoft Team. So every department have their interview, because some of the interview have like exam like 1 hour. Some of them just have a interview with the hiring manager. And lastly, if you pass this interview, so you will have a final confirmation by HR. So you will be offer an onboarding instruction, and also you will have a medical checkup with SLB. And that's how I got the internship at SLB. So as I mentioned, I'm as a customer service efficiency, because in KL Support Hub SLB, we have a lot of department. We have supply chain, we have data analyst, we have the network. So one of the is supply chain. So inside supply chain, we have customer service. So I want to explain customer service is just not like we call the supplier or call the how to solve their problem. So actually, what they do inside the customer service is they call supplier to get the status updates and delivery from start to the ends, because in SLB it's very important to have a main business on the operation, because uh, if the product didn't come at the on time delivery, so it will disrupt all the operations. So that's why the customer service is very important. And in our department also, we must maintain our KPI performance, and also we have like on time delivery, and we have the response rate into internal queries. So what customer service they use like Excel tracker, and also we have a global Power BI dashboard that used to monitor and reports. So my internship role, so I joined in KL SFC, which is Supply Service Center, and focusing on customer service process. So my role is like a data analyst. So I analyze supply chain performance data and develop metric dashboard and help optimize internal reporting. So in customer service, we have like 4 teams. So one of the team is customer service efficiency. So it's with all thing of the technical or F technology. And so that's why my team is doing. So another thing we task to support both administrative and technical initiative. And lastly, is bridging the customer service with data-driven insight for process efficiency. So actually, what is my job scope and tool use is as a data analyst. So we must clean and merge the messy supply data using Power Query in Excel, because every day we have a new data. So the new data is not like 1,000 row. Sometimes it can be like 1 million row in one sheet in Excel. So there was a lot of data like missing data. So we must clean and merge messy supply data using Power Query in Excel. Sometimes we use the Python. So we try to merge and try to clean, remove duplicates. So that's how we use in Excel. And secondly, we have a track performance metric. So actually we have a monthly performance review every month. So we'll track every individual performance and make sure they are on track on their KPI. And also we have supporting efficiency improvement projects such as using Power Apps. So actually in customer service, we have a lot of KPI. We have one of it is CSAT, which is customer satisfaction score. This means they needs to get as higher as they can. So it's mean the customer service is doing really do well. And we have like a Power App. Something Power Apps is very low code for the app developer. So we can create a lot of app using the Power Apps without any code. So it's very easy for someone who didn't have a background for the IT. So to learn in Power Apps because in SLB we use Microsoft environment. So we need to use such as Microsoft Power App, Microsoft Power BI. So everything that have in Microsoft, we can create very easier. So the third one is we create a dashboard in Power BI. So Power BI is a data visualization tools. So means you can monitor your projects and create and can be published on the websites. And also we have process mining using Celonis. So actually, my job also like data analyst. So I've used the Power BI. We have Celonis, Power Automate, Excel, Power Apps, and also lastly SAP. So it's very important to have a very analytical thinkings and also critical thinking because not every day we have a same problem. So for example, the dashboard has a new data. So we must through the data and clean and make sure the data didn't interrupt any data that have relation in the Power BI because in SLB we use platform tickets. So it's named ESM, so Enterprise Service Management. So sometimes they have problems, so we need to take care in our department. So we have like another another solution. So sometimes we use our dashboard, and sometimes we also have a global dashboard that have been doing uh, data data department. So so for my internship highlight, so actually we have like a quarterly town hall and also monthly performance review like I mentioned before. So what is town hall? Actually, we will be gathered all around. So actually, as you can see at the first photo, is all my department except like 10 people in Dubai. So we have like 4 teams. So actually we will be inside from the management. So they will talk about their performance and how we can improve on the previous data. So that's how important our customer service efficiency team. So we analyze everything that have related to data. So improve for their next quarter. So one of my highlight also is SLB. We have annual dinner. So we celebrate at One World Hotel. So we celebrate with amazing team and fun. So it's very grateful for intern to get in the annual dinner because most of company I think they never invite the intern into the annual dinner. And the biggest achievement in SLB is I achieved the best project in KL Supply Service Sales Center, which is I best project award for my project, which is my project is to minimize the using of cost in the supply chain. So I have reduced about 20 million. So that's how I get the best project in KL FSC. And I think that's all for my slides. That's all.
So thank you for Mr. Muhammad Najmi Zul Husni bin Muhammad Safwan for his sharing regarding his career journey, his company journey during internship.
Mhm.
So ladies and gentlemen, we are now open for a Q&A session. Just now we have our speakers talking about their career internship journey in oil and gas, electronics production, and data analytics or data management. So please feel free to ask any questions in the comment section. We got the first questions for Mr. Iqbal. So, how did you prepare yourself for before applying for internship?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. How do I prepare myself for the internship? Of course, before getting an offer, the most important things that you need to understand is actually how impacting your resume is lah. So basically, before you apply for any companies, make sure you tailor your resume based on the industry and also the scope that you want to be involved in, and make sure the company that you are wanting to go is actually aligned with the experience that you want to gain during internship. And once you have the placement and you join the company, first and foremost, set the expectation. Don't be too high and don't be too low. So actually what you want to learn is needs to be um, how do I say, realistic towards your company. It's not just you are joining that company and you expect that you are going to handle multiple tons of projects. Maybe some of them were very lucky to have that, but when you are going to the company, instead of you are looking for the projects, you are asking for the tasks that can be redevelop your skills, such as maybe like what I did during my internship. I did project management, so I have zero knowledge in terms of project management before. So when I get into my internship, I have been exposed to this kind of tasks, so it actually makes my um, knowledge grow even further. So the most important thing is actually prepare yourself and set your expectation to the most realistic one.
All right, thank you. So the next question is for Mr. Nabil. What key skills do you think every student should develop before going into industry?
Okay, the key skills that I definitely think that is important for each students to have is definitely your communication skills. And please don't be shy. You need to ask around. You need to talk with people and communicate with people. Since in the industry, you will definitely not be like the same as you are here in UTM. You need to talk a lot with people. You need to communicate well with people. Only then the people understand what you are trying to say, what you are trying to basically learn as well. So that is very important for me. The key things, which is communication.
All right, communication is the key, I see. So the next question is for Mr. Najmi. What were your expectations versus reality of working in a global oil and gas company?
So my expectation for big company is just for myself is the experience, because I learn with a lot of people that we have big backgrounds. So such as my mentor, his background is from the Australia, so I learned a lot of him. And my expectations is below that expect, because sometimes we expect more from the big company. So actually we must have really a mindset for the intern. So we come to industry to intern. So we need to really have a really good mindset that you will learn everything that the mentor asks you. Sometimes you just ask for a great slide. So sometimes the slide is very important for the presentation. Sometimes the mentor asks you to go to talk to someone who have a really higher position. It's all about learning. So I think it's very important to have a good mindset of an intern. So that's all.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Najmi. I think, oh, there's another question. I think this is the last one. Question for Mr. Muhammad Iqbal. What challenges did you face transitioning from university to industry?
Oh, challenges.
Yes.
I think challenges, there's a few, but the most important things is about transitioning is the scope of work and also the expectation. Because I think when you go to the internship, it's all about expectation from the industry to to you. Because you are a student coming from UTM. UTM is actually quite a well-known university. So every company that has been accepted students from UTM, I believe that they have the strong mindset which these students are capable of doing things. The technical, the soft skills are very good. So my challenge, even though I can say that I'm quite active in universities, but when I'm going to internship, just like in my slide before, I said that it's be a lone wolf. I tend to be in that position in the first place because I don't know how to communicate well. I don't know what to ask and what to expect. I just expect the work is come to me, but you are the one needs to actually ask what is actually you can provide to the company and also to your team. So the hardest part is actually you are well trained during university. You can talk a lot, you can involve a lot in activities, but during university it's very hard to actually mingle in the first place. But that's not the end of it. You have to break the circle. You have to go through that all over and over again and try to make a small talk so that with the communication is going well, your work is going on the plan as well.
All right. I think thank you for Mr. Iqbal for answering the question. I think that's the last questions for the second module. And thank you very much for all the speakers for your sharings and insights on your journey in a career in industry. So, before we end our session, we would like to invite all of the speakers and participants in the StreamYard to open your cameras for a photo shoot session. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, so thank you again for all the viewers, our beloved speakers, and the people in the StreamYards for the whole day of cooperations, and for information for the viewers and the participants, the attendance for the first day of iSquared Fest 25 will be shared now, and participants can scan for the attendance before leaving the program. Also, as a reminder for all participants and viewers, sharing on topic Industry Unveiled, Navigating Our Career Path, will be undergone at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, so don't miss the sharing session tomorrow. So, before we end our first day session, on behalf of the organizing committee, once again, I would like to take this opportunity to convey our appreciations and thanks to our seniors, the representative of iSquared Fest 25 community members, would like to apologize for any inconvenience during today's event. And thank you very much for your involvement. And we are looking forward to our future endeavors. Thank you so much. So, Assalamualaikum. And yeah.